Okay, the title of this video, obviously, based on the title, it needs no setup. It obviously needs no fucking setup. Amos Yee is a fucking scumbag. I haven't mentioned him on this channel for a while, but y'all know who he is based on my very early videos. You can go back and watch those. I mean, you should know all about that. But yeah, Amos Yee got released early from prison. Are you fucking serious? That's just a mockery of the justice system. Like that is just a fucking mockery of the justice system. And it goes to show just how weak on crime Chicago is. Oh, I found out that Amos Yee is from went to prison, or he was living in a place. He was somehow living in a place that was weak on crime, and literally lets the fucking criminals get away with everything. But then again, they release another criminal by the name of Amos Yee after basically giving him a slap on the wrist. Well, what do you know? There you have it. Another example of exactly that. Keep watching and enjoy the program. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Global Report with Zach, the Celtic guy. Yeah, I'm just going to consider this a global report because it does concern Amos Yee. So you all know who Amos Yee is. You know, that fucking... First of all, the biggest fucking narcissist on planet Earth. Okay, admittedly, I think we were all a fan of him back then. You know, we used to consider him like a political dissident at one point, right? Obviously, he was locked up for criticizing religion, and he made that infamous video about the founding father of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, dying, and he said, "Fuck yeah, good riddance" and whatnot. And you know what? Even though I didn't agree with his view at the time, and, considering me, I've studied a lot of stuff about Singapore, Malaysia, and that region of the world. So, not saying I have a bias for it, but, I don't know. I felt like, I don't know. I don't agree with this. But then again, I defended his right to free speech. I defended his right to criticize religion. And as much as I am massively pro Singapore. Like, I love Singapore. It's a beautiful country. And I think they enforce... I actually love the fact that they enforce the fucking rule of law over there, unlike this goddamn country, and unlike a lot of countries in the Western world. But that's besides the point. They shouldn't have locked up Amos Yee. They should not have done that. Like, they just should not have done that. They shouldn't have locked him up for that. I disagreed with that. But here's the thing. He comes over to the U.S. in 2017. Is granted asylum in Illinois, in Chicago. Or I think he was in Chicago or wherever. Some area near Chicago. I don't know. But so he ends up, there. And then he starts making videos on how he really feels. Okay? Which is okay, whatever. But then when you get into making videos about pro-pedophilia and why pedophilia is all right, and then come to find out that, this guy's actually a pedophile as well. Someone who is advocating for fucking pedophilia is somehow a pedophile. Color me surprised, right? Color me fucking surprised. Because that's what fucking Amos Yee was, and then he was found out to be sending pornographic images of himself to a fucking 14-year-old. And then the authorities caught up to him. And then he ended up getting... At first, he got sentenced to 6 years in prison. By the way, even that was a slap on the wrist. Just even his sentence in general, originally, the first time around, even that was a fucking slap on the wrist. People want to talk about, Amos Yee getting released now is a slap on the wrist. His sentence the first time around, I would argue his sentence the first time around was an absolute goddamn slap on the wrist. The fact that someone could get fucking 6 years in prison for sending pornographic images to a fucking underage girl or something? Are you fucking serious? So he gets only 6 years in fucking prison. Okay, whatever. And then he gets released after serving half the sentence. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? And if you think that Chicago is not weak on crime, go watch Actual Justice Warrior. Go watch his videos on Chicago and how the way that they handle crime. Let's talk about the way that they don't handle crime. They literally let criminals fucking run wild. Like that's what happens when you got places like Detroit, Los Angeles, New York. you got fucking Chicago, and places like that. You know, when you don't enforce the rule of law and you let the fucking criminals run around, chances are there's gonna be crime. Oh, gee, really? It colored me surprised. And listen, I am not by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, you guys know me. I am not this pro-cop, blue lives matter kind of guy. Like, I'm not that way. Okay? I'm not that way by any stretch. Trust me, I'm not. But I'll tell you right now, as a leftist, I do believe in the rule of law. And I think if a crime has an actual victim, it should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. That includes murder, rape, assault, robbery, armed robbery, mayhem, torture, whatever kind of crime it is, pedophilia especially. And yeah, I think some of the most heinous crimes, the person should never see the light of day again, and they deserve to suffer in the worst ways imaginable. And they deserve to be locked up for all eternity, never given parole, ever. And I don't think violent criminals deserve parole whatsoever. They should not get out at any point early whatsoever. Amos Yee should have got fucking 25. He should have got 25 fucking years. And he should have got maybe 15 to 20. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Maybe 15 to 25 years, and I would not go 1 second earlier than fucking 15 years for that scumbag. I'd probably go even further. I'd go 25 to 30. I don't know. But I'll tell you right now. But again, that's Zachary's world, and Zachary's world would be socialist oriented, where everyone has free healthcare. Everyone has free education. Everyone has a living wage. But you know what else I'd also have in Zachary's world? We'd enforce the rule of law where prisons would exist, of course. But here's the thing. I'd only have the violent criminals, the pedophiles, and people like drug smugglers and traffickers. I'd have those people in prison. I wouldn't have nonviolent drug offenders in there because, I'm against the drug war. Y'all know how that shit goes. But no, I'd especially have Amos fucking Yee in that fucking prison for 25 to 30 years. At least. Maybe 15 to 25. I don't know. Depending. Whatever. I would make sure that he had got it locked up for a hell of a lot longer than when he originally got. Bad enough he got a fucking slap on the wrist the first time around. But to release him after half his sentence for literally an act of pedophilia is fucking ridiculous. It is a fucking mockery of the fucking rule of law. It is an absolute fucking mockery of the rule of law. And it just goes to show that, you know what? These fucking Democrat-run cities is exactly why crime is the way it is. Crime is the way it is for a multitude of reasons. Yes, a lot of it has to do with social reasons. A lot of it has to do with the fact. Okay, but you know what? Listen, I have to be this person. Crime doesn't exist because of poverty. Okay? People are not carjacking people or shoplifting and looting places to steal a fucking goddamn TV from Walmart. Okay? Amos Yee didn't do what he did because he was poor. Okay? That has nothing to do with it. This isn't a situation where someone robbed a store at gunpoint because they were starving to death and they stole a loaf of bread from someone at fucking gunpoint. Okay? That rarely, if ever, happens in this day and age. And half the time, these fucking looters that go in and steal TVs and shoplift, I guess basically in California and in Chicago, you can basically get away with fucking shoplifting. They practically legalized it. Or at least you can only get away with it with a fucking ticket at this point. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? And then when you have that kind of situation, and then it's a slippery slope. Because then if you start going soft on the shoplifters, then you're going to go soft on the violent criminals. Then you're going to go soft on the actual criminals. You're going to go soft on the actual criminals, like fucking Amos Yee. And that's why Amos Yee got fucking released. He got released for that exact reason. And I don't care. Oh, his sentence is going to include online, lifelong monitoring or whatever. Well, yeah, okay. You know what? It fucking should. But they shouldn't even release pedophiles in the first place. Amos Yee deserves that. I hope his sentence includes a ban on using the internet. If he uses the internet, the police tracks him down, and he ends up in prison. Deport him to Singapore, because trust me, Singapore is going to have a lot of stuff on him. Singapore has so much stuff on him. And you know what? Actually, in Singapore, they would actually punish this motherfucker. Because in Singapore, they actually enforce the rule of law over there. You know, they actually enforce the rule of law over there. Singapore, Vietnam, and Laos, and places like that. Myanmar. They actually enforce the rule of law over there, Japan included. They actually enforce the law over there. Unlike here, where you get a fucking slap on the wrist. Oh, you get 50 fucking years for having a joint of marijuana, right? All right, golly gee. But a fucking pedophile? No. 6 years for him. There's 6 years for him. No problem. Like, are you fucking serious? That's fucking bullshit. It's a mockery of the fucking justice system. It's exactly one of the other reasons why the world looks at the U.S. and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with that place? Like, you know, it's like ridiculous. Okay, you know what? As much as I was against Amos Yee going to prison for religion, you know, talking bad about religion and whatnot, okay, you know what? Even as someone who believes in God, and I have Muslim friends, I have Christian friends on this channel and elsewhere, but I don't think you should be locked up for, you know, criticizing religion and whatnot. But you know what? Maybe Singapore was onto something. I don't know. Maybe Singapore saw that he was something, and maybe they wanted to lock him up for something, or they were or something. I don't know. But you know what? I think if Amos Yee got a more heftier sentence or something, if he got a heftier sentence over there for something, then he never would have ended up over here. They should have kept him locked up or something. That, like, not for religion, but I don't know, something, whatever the fuck. This scumbag deserves every bad thing coming to him. And trust me, if he gets deported out of the U.S., he'll obviously be banned from re-entering. But if he does, well then, it's over. If he gets deported back to Singapore, I'm telling you, it's over. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, there are eternal consequences. Amos Yee had to register as a sex offender. Everyone knows who he is. Everyone knows he's a pro-pedophile. Everyone knows he's a pedophile. Yo, I'm not going to say pro-pedophile. He is a fucking pedophile. My stance, even as a left-winger, a pretty goddamn far out to the left-wing field, me, socialist, pro-Marxist, pro-Lenin, and everything else. But I also have principles where I believe in the rule of law. And that also includes the only good pedophile is a dead pedophile, and an only good rapist is a dead rapist, and stuff like that. I have no doubt that Amos Yee is a danger to society. I have no doubt about that. He's a disgusting fucking parasite. He's a disgusting, pathetic excuse for a human being. He's subhuman. And if it was up to me, he would have gotten 25 to 50 years. He would have gotten a lot longer than that. But unfortunately, I'm not a lawmaker. I'm only a lawmaker for my own country, you know, the kingdom of the Pogo Islands. You know, that's my country. That's my country. Well, I would also say that they need to fucking lock up Vosh as well, but that's because he's a fucking pedophile, and I have no doubt he's a pro-pedophilic scumbag. I have no doubt that he has skeletons in his closet as well, but that's besides the point. No, fuck Amos Yee. Amos Yee in some way is getting what he deserves, but then another way, he got off way too easy. And I hope they fucking ship his ass to Singapore, and I hope Singapore deals with them. And then I hope that Singapore takes him to pieces and they rake him over the coals, because he deserves everything that's coming his way. Fuck Amos Yee, fuck pedophiles, fuck pedophile defenders, fuck Vosh, and fuck the establishment, including the ones that released Amos Yee. May the worst come his way. Well, that's about it for now. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you all learned something. A little bit of a global report / segment, but you know, go check out Damien's video. Go check out actual Justice Warriors videos on other things as well. Stay tuned for more stuff on the way. I will be back on Friday at 12:30 p.m. My time, because I'm going to stream early before I go into work for my own personal reasons, so I'm going to be streaming a little bit early. And live streams Tuesday, 7 p.m. That's going to remain the same. So stay tuned for the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay well, stay classy, and as always, keep fighting and keep on rocking. Amos Yee, fuck you. Pro-pedophilia assholes, fuck you. Bosch, fuck you. Everyone else, take care of yourselves and all of each other. Have a good day. Peace out, and so long.